In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can.
Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone. Welcome to the tech zone. We on our tech flow, and there's still a global market in case you didn't know. So many guests, we not trying to impress. Just wanna pass off the info. You could do the rest. See, there's no escaping tech. It's part of our lives. Keep every individual connected worldwide. But all this innovation is more than entertainment. It's people like you paving a new way every day. So let your imagination run wild with all the things that you dream about. Cause the tech zone is on now with Paul Amadeus Lane. Blah. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Tech Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. I am so happy that you decided to join me on this edition of the show. Now, if you're watching the show right now, you probably go, "What's up, Paul?" with all these hand gestures and everything. I'm just getting into the flow of the show, getting all hyped up because I'm so happy to be with you. You have no idea how much I look forward to spending this time with you on the Tech Zone, to sharing some information out there about the tech world and some things that I find interesting, and I hope that you do the same. Remember, you can always connect with me, PaulAmadeusLane.com. Really appreciate all the connections. Don't forget, you can download the personal app for this program. Go to the Google Store, type in Tech Zone Paul Amadeus Lane. In the Apple Store, Tech Zone Paul Amadeus Lane. Or if you go to my website, PaulAmadeusLane.com, click on shows, go to Tech Zone. You'll see the little icon there, an icon to download the app, and you can share the episodes, and yeah, you can have a really good time. And I tell you, just the support and the love that I've been getting for the show, it's amazing. It's about 2 years we've been doing the show, and thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And don't forget, iHeartRadio, you can check us out on there, here on ABC News Radio, KMET, live stream, YouTube. And if you are not watching the show on live stream or YouTube, you are missing out on a lot. If you haven't seen the wardrobe that I sport throughout the shows, you're missing out on a treat. Because I coordinate a lot. I wear the bow tie, and I coordinate it with my hat and my shirt, and I do it all for you. I want to look nice for you. So check it out. Let me know what you think. On our show today, we are going to be wrapping up our coverage from CES 2019. I told you it would take almost 5 or 6 weeks for us to get through all the interviews that we had, the live interviews. We wanted to make sure you didn't miss any of them, so we're going to be recapping that. We're going to be talking about dash cams, why it's important that we have dash cams, some of the innovation out there. Also going to be talking to someone in the consulting field of technology and find out what a consultant does. What do they do out there? And we're going to be joined by a publication from Washington, D.C. about what they're doing when it comes to educating ones out there when it comes to tech. And lastly, going to be joined by a really good friend of mine. He's really like a brother to me. And he was able to cover CES with me. Did a lot of great things. He was out there hustling, getting interviews and coming back and giving us a report. And he makes his Tech Zone debut coming up in our last segment of the show. All right, you ready? Let go. All right, first segment of the show. I thought we talk about all the hype behind the new Samsung S10. Whatever carrier you were on, the major carriers, you probably got blown up in your inbox about, hey, pre-order this phone. It only costs you $25,000. No, I'm only joking. The interesting thing about the Samsung Galaxy S10, which is an incredible phone, is that it's a 5G phone. No carriers are offering 5G yet. That was until Verizon talked about how they will be the first to have 5G on the Samsung Galaxy S10. Now, they plan to roll out later on this year 5G in 30 areas or 30 cities out there. Of course, the major cities are going to get it. LA, New York, all the major cities. I'm not quite sure if, Brits, you're going to love this right here. I'm not sure if Des Moines, Iowa is going to get it. I know it's not Des Moines, but it's spelled like Des Moines, but I'm talking about Des Moines, Iowa. Not sure if they're going to get it up. Have you ever thought about the spelling of Des Moines, Iowa? It's spelled like Des Moines. If it's like Des Moines, should it be like a G in there? Like Boeing or Oing? Just saying. But 5G. Are you excited for 5G? That prompted another announcement by HTC. Some of us may have had HTC phones in the past, but this is what they are going to unveil. Now, you can tell if you're watching this on the screen right now. This is HTC's new toy. They want to play a bigger role in the deployment of 5G, but not necessarily solely when it comes to smartphones. So at the Mobile World Congress 2019, the company has taken the wraps off the new so-called 5G hub. Now, what this hub can do is connect 5G networks and act as an Android tablet and more. Now, this new device boosts all the specs that you would expect from a flagship phone in 2019. And it's not a phone. Instead, it's a smart display aimed at things like 4K video streaming, low latency gaming, and acting as a 5G hotspot. So you can get all the 5G-ness and experience this right here. Now, this device is compatible with the Sprint network, though, other networks are probably going to want to get a piece of this as well, too. I'm going to tell you a little something about Sprint phones. Not bashing Sprint phones at all. But once you pay off a device, most carriers allow you to bring that device and put a SIM card in. I had an old AT&T wireless Samsung S7 Edge. Well, my wife did. I was going to use that as my backup phone so I could do some filming on my S8 Plus. So I put my SIM card in, did everything, even put it in my Huawei phone. And nothing. So I called Sprint. I'm like, hey, what's going on? I put the SIM card in. Oh, it doesn't work on our network. So, folks, if you're thinking you're going to pay off these devices from these major carriers right here and take it to somewhere else, you got not another thing coming, but another thing coming, because some of the networks out there are playing this game. And they say it, well, it's there because it's only provision for our network. But I'm sure there's some pretty remarkable people on YouTube and maybe on the Twitter who can crack that. So I just wanted to give you that heads up, because once the phone is paid off, it is legally yours. You can do whatever you want to do with it. But they play these games. Why? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But what's all the hubbub about 5G? I have a chart here I want to share with you about 5G. It really explains the 5G conundrum or the 5G puzzle. Now, many of you out there watched the movie Guardians of the Galaxy, about a 2-hour movie. This chart right here explains if you wanted to download that movie with just 3G, it would take you 26 hours. Now, let's say you wanted to download it using 4G. Now, you notice the chart right here says it'd take about 6 minutes to download the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, with 5G, look at that, 3.6 seconds. I mean, before you blink, it is done. And some of us are maybe using 5G with different home internet that we have. Maybe our devices have 5G. I know I have Spectrum Internet, and when I get on that 5G, I got like 400 download speed, and it hums. It really hums out there. So this is what the hubbub is about when it comes to 5G and why we are so intrigued about getting 5G. Imagine some of the things that we can do. It'll probably cut the cord off of VR and make it all wireless. We talked about that at the CES show maybe about 2 years ago about this, cutting the cord. Friends, it's becoming a reality. So are you ready for it? Are you ready for the 5G? Now, what I wanted to do is have my Guardian of the Galaxy moment. The first one was better than the second one to me, but there's something in the second one that causes me to love it. Now, if you have watched this movie, a couple of things, the guy with the whistle, that was pretty cool. But in the beginning of the movie, when you had Kirk Russell and I forget the main character's name, Star Child or Star Lord, whatever his name is, but it's Zoe Saldana had a love for him. But in the beginning of the movie, you have Kirk Russell. Is it K-A-R-K or C-U-R-T? I think it's Kirk. Remember when we thought that Kirk Russell was the kid on Old Yeller? I talked about that on one of the shows before. You got to check that out. But in the beginning of the movie, Star-Lord's mom was so cute. Remember, there was in the I think it was a Z28 or a Trans Am T-top, and a song came on, and I think it was Old Brandy. I forget who sings it. If you know what it is, just tweet me and let me know what it is. But when his mom started singing, there's a girl in a harbor town, and whiskey down. She was so cute. That's my favorite part of the movie. But one thing about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you thought Infinity Wars was cold-blooded. Especially when almost all the characters disappeared and vanished. I still think Doctor Strange is the key to bringing everybody back. He can bend time and all that other stuff. But Kirk Russell, that dude was cold-blooded in that movie. He was straight gangster. I know in the beginning you thought he was going to be this good guy, but then you found out he got multiple baby mamas and everything, killing them off, and it was pretty gangster, wasn't it? Yeah. So, that's our look at pop culture. Right here, don't forget to check out my other show, The Entertainment Zone, streaming only. But hey, let's get this show on the road. When we get back, I think we're going to talk about dash cams and why it's so important to have one, the uses of dash cams. We're going to be joined by a very special guest that we ran into at CES 2019. Okay, folks, we'll be right back after these messages. I'm Paul Amadeus Lane. You're in the Tech Zone. Be back right after these messages.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the Tech Zone.